welcome to Rose Bowl Lanes in Windsor, Ontario, Canada for the championship round finals of the $130,000 Molson Golden Bowling Challenge. And now let's meet tonight's 5 finalists, starting from the bottom of the step ladder. It's Dave Ferraro out of Kingston, New York. His opponent in the opening match is making his second straight appearance in the championship round, 23-year-old Joe Firpo. The winner of that opening game will then take on 6-time PBA champion Brian Voss out of Tacoma, Washington. Bowling out of the runner-up position this week is 24-year-old Purvis Granger of Lafayette, Louisiana. And on top of the 160-man field after 42 games this week, it's one of the hottest players on the PBA Tour seeking his second title in 4 weeks, Sam Macarone. Hi, everybody. I'm Denny Schreiner, and welcome to Rose Bowl Lanes in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. And for the 8th consecutive year, the PBA Tour has stationed itself here this week. Some outstanding scores, and working with me once again is 3-time Firestone Tournament of Champions champion Mike Durbin. And Mike, the professionals just flat whacked them here in Windsor.
Dan, it seemed like all I was looking at was strikes this week. The composite average on the television pair tonight is 223. Our 5 finalists, Brian Voss had the low average of the 5 with 226, and it was led by Sam Macarone, who averaged 231 for 42 games. So they did knock down a lot of pins. There were 3 300 games also.
Well, we have 4 players on the telecast this evening that already have appeared in the championship round on ESPN this summer. So basically, Mike, we've got some players that have had hot hands.
Well, I think we have an outstanding cast tonight. We may have the best clutch bowler on the PBA Tour, starting in 5th position in Dave Ferraro. He's going against one of the hottest players, making his 2nd consecutive appearance here, Joe Firpo. And the winner of that may be going against the best player on the PBA Tour right now, Brian Voss. And then in the top seed, we've got Sam Macarone, who won just 4 weeks ago. But the sleeper may be the guy who hasn't won, Purvis Granger, in that number 2 position.
Well, he's Sam Macarone's partner, but let's get back to Sam at the top. He won 4 weeks ago, but tonight it's a horse of a different color.
Well, he's coming from that top position tonight, and we know that the top seed has only won once all summer long. So I don't know whether it's a jinx or whether they're just nervous or what it is. I think he's going to have a tough time tonight.
Well, the strikes will be flying here at Rose Bowl Lanes, and we'll be back with the opening game right after this final timeout. The last time Dave Ferraro and Brian Voss met, Voss beat him 278 to 244, so we may be in store for some fireworks. Come on back and join us.
At the world's largest poker site, you can play a tournament against just one opponent or against thousands. You can play for free in thousands of tournaments every day. So whatever your level, at PokerStars.net, there's a tournament that's perfect for you. Learn tournament poker for free at the world's largest poker site, PokerStars.net.
Welcome to Progressive. How may I help you? I'm looking for a deal on car insurance. I think I might have a coupon in here. There's an easier way. We've got the name your price option. You do? Follow me. You tell us how much you want to pay, and we'll build you a policy that fits your budget. And I still get great coverage. Uh-huh. Go ahead. You're the boss. I'm the boss of savings. More like the CEO. No glass ceiling.
The freedom to name your price. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Is that bulky wallet a pain in the... Do you struggle to find your cards, ID, and cash? What you need is the Slim Clip, the amazing new wallet that holds everything you need in less than half an inch. Now go from bulky and fat to slim and compact. Slim Clip is sleek and ultra thin to comfortably fit right in your purse, bag, or pocket. From credit cards to cash, you'll always find it fast. The secret is the patented double-sided grip-tight clip that securely hold up to 30 bills on one side and 6 credit cards on the other. And unlike leather wallets that stretch out so everything falls out, with Slim Clip's special raised edges and locking clips, you can shake all you want and nothing will ever fall out. Slim Clip is engineered from durable stainless steel, so no matter what the abuse, you'll have a lifetime of use guaranteed. There's nothing else like it.
This is small, compact, it fits in a pocket. I could carry it with me wherever I could go.
I like the Slim Clip a lot better. It's smaller, it's easier to get in and out of your pocket, and this is just a pain in the butt, literally.
And here's something a regular wallet can't do. Slim Clip business cards right to your briefcase, or clip it to your car visor to hold parking stubs and insurance cards. Stop the pain from bulky wallets and stop searching for what you need. Order your Slim Clip that holds everything you need in less than half an inch for the incredible TV price of just $10. It comes with a lifetime replacement warranty. If it ever breaks or bends, we'll send you a new one, no questions asked. Plus, it makes a great gift any time of the year. As a special bonus, we'll include this super bright keychain light to light door locks, read menus, and much more. Yours free. And here's the best deal on TV. Call right now, and as a free gift, we'll send you a second slim clip plus a second keychain light as a bonus. Just pay separate processing and handling. That's 2 slim clips and 2 keychain lights for the same incredible price of just $10. Order now.
Call 1-800-799-6524 to order Slim Clip for $10 and receive the double offer free. That's 2 Slim Clips and 2 lights free. Just pay separate processing and handling. Call 1-800-799-6524.
Now this one should be interesting, Mike Durbin. Dave Ferraro and Brian Voss, a pair of players that don't ever seem to miss the pocket, and both are pretty good when the heat is on.
Well, they're just two of the outstanding players on the tour today. It's a pleasure to watch both of them. They're both quality people, too.
7th championship round appearance thus far this year for Brian Voss, and he is now tied with Walter Ray Williams Jr. for that distinction.
He's also made the top 24 15 times.
Leaves a little half 10 that time. Told me he threw a couple of different types of equipment in the practice session, decided to go with a little harder surface ball and play a little straighter rather than go with the soft.
Watch Brian as he pushes the ball away. He pushes that ball out and locks that arm in, and it's just swinging free from the shoulder from the first step. It's just he does everything right. Goes 100 miles an hour at the spare.
That seems to be a popular approach on the tour. Is it more out of frustration, or is it really easier to make it that way?
Oh, I think it's easier to make it. The guys on tour have learned so much about spare shooting, changing equipment, throwing harder stuff at the spares, and they're better spare shooters now than the guys before, I think.
Don't you exert more energy doing that, though?
Probably.
Ferraro with his opening shot here in game number 2. That's a little soft through the nose. Dave winces and turns around and realizes, boy, would I like to have that one back.
Well, if he's going to leave it, it's better there than if it had been in the 10th frame of the last game. I think he's just a little soft here. The difference is the adrenaline flowing at the end of that game as to he just stroked this shot and it went right through the nose.
It's funny you mention that, Mike, because I had a long discussion with Earl Anthony one night, and I talked to him about what went through his mind when he was really making key shots and he was really pumped up. He said, Denny, I would always move my feet or my target a little bit because I knew I was so juiced up that I was going to hit the ball better than I wanted to. But it's so hard mentally to talk yourself into those types of moves when you've been hitting the pocket from the old spot.
It was never my style. If I were hitting the pocket, I didn't move.
Yeah, but see, that's why he won 41 titles. Right?
It could be.
Right. A little more speed on this shot, but unfortunately the result resembles the shot on the right-hand line, only this time he does not leave the split.
He gets 7 again, but no split. Both shots through the heart of the pins.
Boy, that's an awesome statistic, almost averaging 230 in the championship round. Going to win a lot of games doing that. Of course, already he's 1-0 this evening with a 223-206 victory over Joe Firpo. Brian Voss with earnings of better than $154,000 thus far this year, and we've got to make him our #1 candidate right now for Player of the Year, wouldn't you think?
Well, if he finishes 2nd or better tonight, he takes the money lead.
Almost a
and to answer
carbon copy.
Your question more specifically, he's been my pick all along, Dennis.
I know he has. Still a long way to go, though.
Yes, it is.
That whole fall tour coming up. That was last year. Quite a month, huh? Should say that was this year in 1988.
Yeah, he won the TrustScore PBA National in Toledo,
right.
And then he just a couple weeks after that he won the True Value in Peoria,
where he defeated Dave Ferraro.
Right, two pretty big tournaments with a lot of money. Get your arm swing a little bit looser. It's interesting the strategies here. Brian has opted to go with a harder ball and go more direct. Well, Dave Ferraro is using a very dull ball and trying to circle a little bit.
A myriad of ways to get to the pocket. The whole key is the striking percentage when you do get there.
He left one of those in practice. And
Brian leans back, and there you see exhaling a little bit, and he's walking back thinking, what in the world do I have to do to end up with a strike? Watch the 4-pin probably, huh?
watch the 2. It's third from the left. See, it went to that wall so fast and shot back across and just missed the 7.
Little limbo lean that time. Didn't help much, though.
Not much. Not much you can do after it's gone off your hand.
No, go back, pick it up, spare, and sit down. Wow, what a shot by Voss, who has 3 consecutive 9-pin spares. He leads by 9, though, which is the important number. Some impressive figures there as well for Dave Ferraro. 9 years a member of the PBA.
And that 4-5 was up there for a second, Deb, but he got the wall shot.
Well, I'm sure that during the break, David had a chance to watch the average builder, so he probably would have made it.
Right. Watch the head pin. Ball deflects. There's your 4-5-7, and that's the wall shot. Delayed a little bit.
Ferraro trying for the opening double in this match. Had 8 strikes in game number 1.
Take the lead if he can double here.
Down at the line, he liked the shot, and rightfully so. X marked the spot in the 4th. So Ferraro bounces back after an open in the 1st and doubles up, and now leads by 1 here in game number 2 in Windsor, Ontario, Canada.
Your pizza delivery guy. Well, come on in, man. What you waiting on? Yeah, man.
Mouth-watering toppings, fresh-baked pizzeria taste.
I like to think I deliver more than just pizza.
For fresh delivery taste without the delivery price, it's DiGiorno.
Are you ready for the football? The Cowboys are ready to rock and roll, but the Panthers defense can take a toll. The NFL's best shine under these lights because legends are made on Monday night. Ready? Come on and get ready. Are you ready for the football? Get those helmets crashing. The crowd is psyched. All my rowdy friends are here on Monday night.
This morning we woke up to more sobering news about the state of our economy. In total, we've lost nearly 1.2 million jobs this year, and more than 10 million Americans are now unemployed. Tens of millions of families are struggling to figure out how to pay the bills and stay in their homes. Their stories are an urgent reminder that we are facing the greatest economic challenge of our lifetime, and we're going to have to act swiftly to resolve it.
This is a special announcement. If you currently have debt in excess of $10,000 or more, time is not on your side. Take the first step now and call the Debt Relief Helpline on the bottom of your screen.
I'm going to confront this economic crisis head on by taking all necessary steps to ease the credit crisis, help hardworking families, and restore growth and prosperity.
This is the time to build a plan to settle your debt and work towards financial freedom. So make the call now.
Brian Voss struck on his last shot, but Ferraro now working for a possible double in the 7th, and before he gets to that stage, he's going to double re-rack, I think, on the right-hand lane.
Well, he just knows he can almost put Voss away here with a couple strikes. It's only a 14-pin match. He can turn around quickly. We saw that Firpo had that big a lead last game and made that errant shot and wound up losing. He's in that in-between stage on that lane. He's in so deep to keep the ball into the 1-3 pocket that it won't hit right now. It's light before, left the 4-pin, and now leaves that soft 10. If Voss can get a double, he can get right back in this match. Switches balls at the 10-pin. He missed 3 of those, 2 of them against Brian Voss.
Dave was kidding before the telecast this evening. Last night in the position round, he struggled just a little bit, missed a couple of 4-pins, so he made sure that he shot a couple extra ones before the show started this evening.
I've never seen him miss as many spares as
as accurate as he is. Very seldom does he ever miss a 1-pin spare. It's one of the reasons why he's one of the more talented players on the PBA Tour. Not only do you have to strike, but you better make those spares as well. In the 8th on the left-hand lane, he likes it, but the solid 10 stands.
Well, we'll see if Mr. Voss is going to be able to take advantage of these 2 10-pins that Ferraro has left. Right now, after these big averages, 228, 226 and everything, we're struggling at a 190 to 180 clip right here.
Kind of hard to believe that you can make the championship round with an 11 and 13 match play record, but I guess when you're knocking down that many pins.
I once saw Mark Roth lead a championship round, winning 10 games.
No kidding. Where was that?
That was in Rochester.
Rochester, New York. Is that the year that he won eight titles, 1978?
Well, you're asking too many questions now. I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's that journalistic sense. Oh, well. Could you check on that for me next week?
Yes, I'll have it for you.
Well, Voss with the key shot of the week for him.
Big, big, big. 13 pins. He says, I can respond under pressure, too. As big as that one was, O'Den, this one's even bigger because he can take the lead for the first time in the match with a strike here and set himself up for the 10th frame that no matter what Ferraro does, he can't shut out Brian Voss.
That's right. He strikes in the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, 224, and that's enough to advance to the semifinal game.
Yeah, this kind of reminds you of that match that Del Warren and David Ozio had just a few weeks ago. Started off slow, but finished with a flurry.
Voss taking a little extra time, setting himself mentally, realizing that you only get one chance to make a strike here.
A lot of speed. Oh! I think he's into it, Den.
Boy, that was the frozen rope all the way. That ball never could ever leave the pocket.
Look at the loft again. Right around the 10th, 11th board. Boy, how low he was at the line. Just solid as a rock. You could throw your shoulder out spinning around like that.
Yeah, I'd like to be standing next to him when that happens. Boy, Chuck Pisano and Harry Golden better be careful down there this evening. Mike Tyson right hand. Ferraro comes right back and says, well, all right, I understand where I'm at in this match, but I've thrown a few clutch strikes of my own.
These guys have had great matches, I'll tell you, over the years. They had a match in Cleveland, I think it was just 2 years ago, in which Voss struck out in the 10th frame to make Ferraro strike out, and Ferraro did it.
Now, though you see the numbers graphically, 217, the best possible offering from Ferraro, but that would go a long way in putting the heat back on Voss should he strike out.
Make him get 2. Come on, you heard him. He says, I can run him out too.
Voss takes a look up at the board. A psych job from both players. Both players pretending as if it doesn't make any difference what the other guy does. I'm going to strike anyway.
Still got to get the crowd into it. They're still kind of sedate and laid back here. We need to get them excited.
I think I know why.
Because Gretzky got traded.
I don't think there's any question. There should be a national day of mourning. Wayne Gretzky is now with the LA Kings, and I'm telling you, it's a sad day here in Canada. Ferraro struck out against Verpo, this time a little bit wide on the left-hand lane, leaves the 2-4-5, and for Brian Voss, he's seeing dollar signs right now.
Ferraro makes this, he finishes with 204 and forces Voss to strike to win. As if Voss would not strike, he would wind up in the 2-0s, but it would be 203 if he got 9 spare and a strike. And he converts just enough to make him strike.
So after an open in the first, Ferraro finishes with 204. And for Brian Voss, who works on the 3-bagger, must have the strike after an opening re-rack on lane 40.
Brian's very good at pacing himself in a situation like this, and he's not going to throw this shot until he's mentally and physically ready. Just watch the speed and see if he maintains that good, crisp, firm speed. He did.
Well, he's down on both knees, pounds the approach, and says, well, that's the toughest one I've had to throw in quite some time, but I've risen to the occasion. That's going to have him all pumped up.
The zip. I mean, this is high flush. Just gets that 4-7 out of there.
That's better than a straight flush. Yes, he says. Watch those hands now, Brian. These bowlers, sometimes they get carried away, you know.
Made sure he stayed behind the foul line.
More than enough for Brian Voss, who clinches the fist. And boy, Voss and Ferraro through the years have really provided some excellent matches, and this one's certainly no exception to that rule.
They're just two quality players. I mean, it's just a pleasure to sit and watch them bowl. It's entertainment.
Dave Ferraro, now over $83,000 in earnings after this week, and David coming back from that sore wrist. I'm sure we're going to see more of him this summer. So Brian Voss wins game number 2, 213 to 204.
I've always said, to get what you want in life, set your goals and go for them. Want the good stuff your family deserves? Rent-A-Center puts that goal in easy reach. Choose from the top name brands you trust. No credit checks, no credit needed, and no worries. Because it's all backed by their 100% satisfaction guarantee. Now that's what we all need, a little assist with our goals.
eHarmony is definitely for somebody that's looking for a relationship. It's more sophisticated. It's more serious. The other sites were like speed dating. You were sitting there searching out pictures to see who was hot. Oh, he's hot, but I have nothing in common with this guy.
Unlike dating sites, eHarmony goes beyond the picture and paragraph to match you based on 29 dimensions of deep compatibility.
When I met Eric, I knew I was ready, and now he's everything. I mean, he's my whole world.
Try eHarmony today and review all your compatible matches absolutely free.
So, what do you guys think?
Well, it certainly makes a statement.
Man, Des, I can't believe you actually did it. But that is kind of a sweet cape.
Right? It's silk. I can get you a blue one if you're interested.
Think you know? Text CGD to 43776. ESPN College Game Day built by the Home Depot. Saturdays at 10 a.m.
Tonight on Monday Night Countdown, go inside the huddle with Tony Romo. Get into the mind of DeMarcus Ware and gear up for Panthers, Cowboys, and Big D. Monday Night Countdown, tonight at 7 on ESPN.
The NASCAR Nationwide Series at Kansas, Saturday at 3 on ESPN2.
Well, I think Gretzky just scored. No, he didn't. No, actually, it's the start of the semifinal game here at the Rose Bowl. Not in Pasadena, but in Windsor, Ontario, Canada, between Brian Voss and Purvis Granger. Now, Voss has to kind of get his nerves back in check and get the adrenaline somewhere in the middle, right after the clutch strike.
Right.
Excellent match against Dave Ferraro.
Back where he started in the other match, week 10, right on the
look at that smile on his face. He's saying, here we go again. Yeah, he starts half 10 the last trip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then leaves the solid 7,
right?
4-9.
What a memory. That steel trap.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Had only 4 strikes in the first game, but shot 213, and it was good enough to win.
You got them all in a row.
That's the key. And now your first good look at Pink Purvis Granger.
Never nervous, Pink.
Boy, I tell you, I love the slacks he's got on. Got the pink pinstripes going. Huh? We'll have to zero in on the pinstripes. You can barely see. Opening shot, though. That one's going to need some help, and he does. Kicks out the 10. And so for Purvis Granger out of Lafayette, Louisiana, fortunate in the opening frame.
Yes, he was. That was a little nervous shot right there.
Purvis with a match play record this week. 14 wins, 10 setbacks. his average on 39 and 40, our championship pair. 213, he was very consistent. He had a 214 game and a 212 game.
Bang, knocks off that 4-7.
And he averaged a neat 229.16 for 42 games this week.
I used to do that all the time.
Yeah, on the same pair of lanes maybe, but not across the house. Come on. Loves to play golf and tennis, MTV, baseball. Rather an interesting young player, this Purvis Granger. Love his attitude. He's out to have some fun and bowl well and enjoy life, and he does it. And he would have enjoyed the 5-pin falling, but it didn't on the left-hand lane. Purvis already chatting with himself. Sam Macarone seems to be fairly confident, Mike Durbin.
Well, we'll find out if it's whistling through the graveyard or whether it really is true.
Yeah, when you put it to the test in that title match, there's nowhere to hide. $20,000 to our winner this week. Purvis Granger having his best year to date. He's already earned nearly $50,000 here in 1988. Brian Voss, should he win this match, would have an opportunity to become the first 3-time PBA champion here in 1988.
And I'm sure he's well aware of that. You say, what's going on here?
See, even the professionals leave those solid hits.
Well, all he has to do now is move back 2 inches and he'll carry those, right?
Next week, an interesting tournament in Cheektowaga, Thruway Lanes in Buffalo, New York.
Yes, with the senior touring pro doubles. Our defending champions, Rowdy Morrow and Mickey Spezio.
Outstanding field heading east.
Classic style Brian Voss. Now watch, Dan, how he pushes the ball out. Look at the arm lock now. It's just deadlock now in that first step, right where it's supposed to be. It's in perfect time. Backswing. Right about shoulder height. Look at the slide. The head never moves. He does everything right, except strike. He left a 10-pin.
Nothing much going wrong there, but that's why I think he's basically developed into the most consistent player on the National Tour. Gets that one a little right at target, but ends up with a wall shot. Gave it a little finger roll before it left.
Lifted that one very hard as it comes in light and carries the 4-5-7 out.
Almost looked like all he did that time was open his shoulders up a shade. He's awful square when he gets to the line usually. There was the up and down. Purvis Granger's game this week. A little more projection on that shot, and he trips out the 4 as he shakes his head on the crossover.
Well, the right lane's a little bit tighter, and he's playing that a little more direct. But the tendency is to let it creep high.
He told me he preferred the left-hand lane over the right.
I'm sure he did. He feels like he can throw it aboard right on that left lane and get back to the pocket. All even.
Purvis obviously still looking for his first career PBA championship and a trip to the Firestone Tournament of Champions in Akron, Ohio. Dances around a little bit. Oh, the 7-pin had a notion, but the rack was too fast.
Just gave it that room and it wouldn't come back up enough. Needs just a little bit more lift. Stay with the shot just a little bit longer. He has a tendency to set it down quickly. Right at that 7-pin.
Well, right now this one's about as close as you could possibly write it. Even Steven now through 3.5 frames. We'll see if Brian Voss can double up and grab a bit of the lead when we return.
Are you one of the millions of people struggling to learn a new language? Well, thanks to our breakthrough software called Rosetta Stone, learning a new language is now incredibly easy and a whole lot faster.
I've probably learned more in the first 2 weeks than I have in months of taking formal classes.
Rosetta Stone is so fast and effective, it's used by the U.S. State Department, NASA, the U.S. Army, and Fortune 500 companies, and is the world's leading language learning software.
It's almost like having your own person there teaching you, your own private tutor who is just very relaxed in your home with you, sitting there teaching you the language.
Rosetta Stone is the fastest way to learn a new language. And to prove it, we'll send you our amazing demo CD, absolutely free when you call.
This really is a great program.
I believe that you can learn any language with this program.
So call now or visit our website and see for yourself why Rosetta Stone is the fastest way to learn a new language, guaranteed.
You're stuck on a treadmill. You're making minimum payments on your credit cards, and you just don't get anywhere. Call Consolidated Credit. They'll get the credit card companies to reduce or eliminate your interest. Get off the treadmill. Get on with your life.
Call toll-free 1-800-440-5217.
Consolidated Credit. When credit card debt is the problem, they're the solution.
A look at a very special gentleman, our host here at Rose Bowl Lanes.
For 8 years. This is the 8th consecutive year we've been here at the Rose Bowl. David Rose.
Tournament gets bigger and better every year. There's his lovely wife alongside, and maybe we'll get a shot of Wendy, his gorgeous daughter, somewhere along the way. She's dressed in red this evening. Granger for the three-bagger, trusted it, gave it a little room, and doesn't quite get the X.
Well, that keeps the match right in there. Again, this lane is tighter, and he's having trouble getting it up. The ball comes in light on the head pin. 4-5-7 is there, and the 5-pin falls out.
I think all of these guys watch the average builders tonight. All right. Oh, my goodness. A mental error by Purvis Granger, who is obviously shaken now, hustles back to the bench. Voss, I think, realizing that that's the gift of the season, perhaps.
He immediately got up from his chair, switched chairs, and flipped his rosin bag up and caught it. He said, come on, please, hook an inch. Oh, no, how could I do that?
Boy, talk about despair. Well, now he's got to shake that off. He trails by 10. He's got to come back with a good shot here.
He did. 4-pin.
Purvis right now realizing that he may not be able to come back from that mistake.
Boy, it just... That is a tough thing to come back from because it just takes all the wind out of your sails. You're in the lead. Would have still been in the lead by 2 pins if he converts that spare. As it is now, he's down 10.
Well, this is his 3rd appearance in the championship round this year, and each and every time it is a learning experience. And there you see a little disgust written on his face, and it was an unforced error.
Definitely. No pressure to make the 7-pin at all.
Guarantee you right now, Voss is trying to calm down a little bit and throw a good shot here because he could really put some heat on. The later the match gets, the better Brian Voss bowls. Oh, a solid 8-pin, and Voss can't even be upset. He turns around and laughs to himself.
I mean, bowler of the year can be riding on these next few shots right here. He leaves a solid 8 there. Oh, my goodness.
Well, there's no question. He's going to throw a Brooklyn somewhere to win, right? Don't you ever get those breaks back? And Purvis is saying, don't you ever get those spare conversions back?
Well, definitely you don't get the spare conversions back.
So Voss, who has to shake off the solid 8-pin, is ready to bowl in the 9th frame. And Sam Macaron, our top seed, and will be up next.
And Brian is making the most of his strikes. He had 4 in the first match. He's had 2 here, and he's still in the lead by 9 pins, and he won the first match. But he needs to set himself up here for the 10th frame.
Now he says hook it, and he's got the pointer out. Well, he's getting serious.
Look at the added speed. It seems like the adrenaline starts flowing, and his fingers get longer in the 9th and 10th frame. I don't know what he said, but...
Directing a little traffic on the left-hand lane. Granger up quickly, bounces back with a nice shot of his own, swishes the rack. on lane 40. Well, Voss with a possible 225. Granger, if he goes off the sheet, at 216.
And there's a tie, also a possibility here, too. Granger needs to have this first one in the 10th. This gets him in the lead by 1. Again, no matter what he does, he can't shut out Brian Voss. So we see there, 65 to 56.
Ferraro forced Voss to strike to win the last game, and he rose to the occasion.
Handed it to him.
Oh, boy.
Just handed it to him. 4, 6, 7. Brian gets a gift.
Players may have their eyes closed, but they can hear the crowd reaction.
Well, I'm sure he snuck a peek on that one.
Purvis Granger just going to launch it left. Doesn't make any difference. Really disappointed with his performance here this evening. Here's the reaction to the shot in the 10th, and it was, oh my goodness, give me anything but a split, and it didn't happen that way. 182 is what Granger shoots, and so Brian Voss is now in a position to move on to the championship game, and he gets a couple of practice shots to get lined up on the right lane in the process.
And he's just become our leading money winner no matter what now.
And it's funny because he's had a couple of these solid hits that didn't end up in strikes, and then a couple of big breaks from his opponents, and there you see Purvis will add $7,000 more. Purvis now at better than $53,000 this year, but that's not going to mean much to him right now as a consummate player, because he's not going to get a chance to bowl for his first title.
Well, it's the old adage, you keep getting there enough times, though. One of these times, you sneak in through there.
Well, I think you have to feel that way about both Joe Firpo and Purvis Granger. These two young gentlemen are going to make a lot of telecasts and win titles before it's all over. But it won't be tonight. 211 to 182 for Brian Voss.
Just imagine being able to see your entire world in high definition.
The clarity is just unbelievable. That's what I'm seeing. Awesome clarity, man.
High definition, it's impeccable. It's gorgeous.
It's like, wow, there's no glare involved. It's crystal clear. They're amazing. HD quality.
They're talking about HD Vision Ultras, the brand new sunglasses that give you our trademark high definition color and clarity. Just like high definition revolutionized TV, HD Vision reduced glare and increased color and clarity like no other glasses you've ever worn.
These are amazing.
And these do the job. Everything just pops. It's incredible.
Other glasses just make things darker, but HD Vision lenses enhance colors, and they have great styling.
I got thumbs up from the wife. I'll take them. I can see how blue the ocean is, the sky, every cloud. I mean, really, it's unbelievable. They're really very cool.
These sunglasses are just phenomenal.
We're introducing HD Vision Ultras at a truly breakthrough price. As a special offer, we are giving away HD Ultras for just $10. That's right, $10. Other sunglasses sell for $100, $200, even $300, and they don't have high-definition lenses.
That's an awesome price.
You kidding me?
I've got a $129 pair of sunglasses that are not this good, and that's the truth.
Plus, as a special bonus, when you buy one pair of HD Vision Ultras for just $10, we'll include a second pair for free. Just pay shipping and handling.
I can't believe it. Really?
How is that possible?
Enhance your vision with high-definition color and clarity.
HD Ultras. They really are high definition.
Don't wait. Call now.
To order HD Vision Ultras, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-678-0036. That's 1-800-678-0036. So don't delay. Call 1-800-678-0036 or go online at buyhdvision.com.
Well, Sam Macarone has opted to start the match on the left-hand lane. And there's a good look at Samuel out of Glassboro, New Jersey, having his best year ever. Boy, look at those numbers. 231.9. Wow.
And he struggled a little bit the last 8 games.
Well, when you're loose, good things happen. And the 5-pin dropping at the last possible second, and that's got to relax Sam quite a bit.
I think the butt of the 4-pin hits the 5 here. Right about the second arrow. Try to help it up there a little bit. Comes in light, the head pin goes, hits the 4, yeah.
Oh, that's a nice way to trip the 5, isn't it?
That's how to make the 4-5 on the first ball.
Boy, Voss gave that one more room than he'd given any shot all night long. And X marked the spot. And there's a good look at one of the top high school wrestlers in Ohio, Matthew Durbin.
We're hoping he's going to be anyway.
Told me he's growing too much. What class did he wrestle in last year?
119.
Yeah, what about next year?
He says 125.
Yeah, he's kidding.
Now that figure's based if he should lose this game. And
Right.
he says that's going to be 10,000 short or 9,500 short because I'm going to win.
Well, he's heading for the $200,000 barrier in '88. And with shots like that, ooh, might just get there. Boy, crisp shot on the left-hand lane, solid 4-pin.
Somebody in the audience immediately yelled, "Hold it!" And Brian is leaning that way. It's interesting how the ball's going left, we lean right or so.
Brian averaging .212 here this evening. He's only thrown 4 strikes in each of his opening 2 victories.
That's the first time, though, that he didn't double when he got one of those strikes.
Macaron will have an opportunity to double up in the second. Sam, 4th game, qualifying 3rd round this week with an El Perfecto, a little 300 game.
Then he followed up the next game with the first 10. Is it going to fall? No. Sam, only one of our contestants tonight to choose to finish on the right lane.
Maybe he knows something the rest of them don't.
Well, again, it's a little bit tighter, and he must feel that he can just go right at it, and the ball's just going to lay there and not go high.
In 6 previous trips to the Rose Bowl, Sam Macaron has never yet even qualified in the top 24 until this season. It's amazing what happens when your mental game turns around. Brian Voss, likewise, though, has not enjoyed a great deal of success here, although he did win his first championship in this area. He captured the 1983 Detroit Open.
He beat Pete McCormick in that. They had a roll-off.
Yeah, but that was the old Pete McCormick.
Right. That was the old Pete McCormick. Of course, that was the old Brian Voss, too. Both of them got nervous at that time. Now,
Sure.
they both come through into that pressure
Yeah,
situation.
both probably shoot 300. This one's rolling up, and a nice flush hit on the left-hand lane, and that is one confident bowler. Brian Voss with 21 cashes in 24 tries this year. Boy, is that a nice percentage. That's like hitting .375 in baseball.
15 top 24, 7 championship round appearances. I mean, what an outstanding year.
Trying to cap it off right now with a victory here this evening. Speed is there, but oh my, that one right through the nose. And the split pops up on lane 40.
And you can just feel the adrenaline rise in Sam Macaron sitting over there on the bench when you see your opponent do that.
Yep, Sam licking his lips right now.
Right through the heart of the pins and the full penalty. Fires at 4-7 and hopes something good happens, and it didn't.
So he now trails by 14, but he hasn't exactly dashed off any big leads thus far here this evening.
Well, he's been in this position every game. He's uphill fight all the way.
Oh, it's an interesting strategy, huh? Get behind early and come back in the clutch.
Lull him into that false sense of security, huh?
Trying to make up for the bad shot, and he leaves another solid 7-pin, and that one's almost too much to take.
It's just unbelievable. It's 2 solid 7s, a solid 8, and 1 or 2 solid 10s.
Is it because you're throwing the ball too good?
It's definitely hitting, but then when he hits light, it doesn't hit hard enough sometimes, and he leaves the weak 10. Reminds me of somebody.
Boy, yeah, about half the field. Man, that's got to be a little tough to take.
Oh, hurry.
Oh, no. Well, there you go. See? A little frustration that time by Voss, and he won't get those 10 back. I'll guarantee you that right now. He now trails by 25, and Macaron, if he doubles, is really going to jump out to the lead. We'll be right back.
Sometimes in a tournament, you're gonna get low on chips. Gotta push them all in to stay alive. And then, you wait. Are you ready for tournament poker? At the world's largest poker site, PokerStars.net.
Your pizza delivery guy. Well, come on in, man. What you waiting on?
Mouth-watering toppings, fresh-baked pizzeria taste.
I like to think I deliver more than just pizza.
For fresh delivery taste without the delivery price, it's DiGiorno.
Clear by 5 to the 42.
There's 25 cars in the lead. Leading the chase by 63 points.
48 to 5 are running fairly well. 42 coming off the 2. Clear by 5. With you. 1, 2, 3, got me. 31, 90.
Third consecutive championship.
When it comes down to it, there's only one number that counts.
The chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup at Kansas, Sunday at 1 Eastern on ABC.
Attention, do you have health problems? Use the Yaz or Acela birth control pill and had a heart attack, stroke, organ failure, or other problems. Had a hip replacement and are now having problems. Had shoulder surgery, used a pain pump and are now having shoulder problems. Used Depakote during pregnancy and have a child with a birth defect such as spina bifida. Use Levaquin and have ruptured tendons. If so, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Call 1-800-242-2000. If you use any of the above drugs and are now having health problems, call now. 1-800-242-2000.
With all the credit card offers out there, how do you find the right card for you? It's easy at creditcards.com. You control the process online with no hype, selling, or pressure. It's secure, easy, and free. Find the right card for you at creditcards.com today.
Life has taught me to just try and be the best that I can be. And I thank the Academy for saying to me that on this given night, I was the best that I could be.
Carelessness could cost Brian Voss Bowler of the Year, as he just got frustrated and just threw this shot a little extra hard from the left side of the lane over about the middle arrow, and the ball never hooked, and he missed a 7-pin that he should make 100 out of 100 times.
He knows it. Now back to live action, though, with Sam Macarone. If he doubles here, watch out. Ooh, not a very good shot there for Macarone. Through the heart of the head pin and almost left the baby split.
That was a wish shot. He just tried to wish it under the target and into the pocket rather than making it go there. He just never got that ball off his hand, threw it way left of target, and is fortunate to wind up with 9.
Now I think the key question in watching Sam Macarone perform here in the title game is, will he get a little tentative because he's ahead?
He already did on that shot. He's
You think?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, that's what he said was his downfall last night in match play.
Right. See, that errant shot right there that he just made plays a little havoc with your confidence, Dan, because you know that your opponent gives you 2 opens like that. You're supposed to step on him and just grind a heel into the ground and crush him. And he didn't do it. Much better shot. He's throwing the ball better on the left lane. He picked the finish on the right lane.
Nothing ever comes easy out here.
Sometimes things don't add up, too.
Yeah. Well, it's easy from our perspective to question judgment, but we're not down there playing, that's for sure.
I found out how much easier this game is from up here rather than down there.
You never miss a 7-pin from up here. Well, needless to say, it's double up time for Brian Voss.
He's got to get 1 first. Has to hurry. Ooh, shred-o-matic there.
Dice him, splice him. Huh?
Wow, did he just blow that 5 into the 4-7.
I think he should turn into a cranker right now and maybe give it a little more room to the right. A little slower
Instead
speed.
of trying to throw the high hard one, right?
Yeah, heck yeah. Keeps leaving the solid 7. visualizing what he wants to accomplish here, and he needs a double desperately. Trails by 25. But we're at the midway point.
He can make that span of Sam's a little bit shorter if he can double right here. High again. 6-10. Boy, just not taking advantage of any opportunity. Macaron didn't double. Neither player is right now.
Sometimes funny things happen in that title match.
Has the spare. Well, Macaron's in the same position now that he was back in the fourth frame. He can just put the hammer to Brian Voss. He's up by 25. If he strikes twice, he could be up by 45.
Sam posted games of 244 and 228 on these very lanes, 39 and 40, for an average of 236. He'd love to have that right now. He's got the Dutch 200 game going, and unless he doubles here, more speed. Does he trip the 4? Not quite.
Better shot. Much more aggressive shot there.
Margie, I have a feeling that you're going to have to sit there a lot more times, and you're going to have to learn how to adjust to having to watch the championship match. That's tough, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken, I think they're going to get married in April. Is that what I heard?
I haven't heard, so
yeah, I think that's what I heard.
You're up on me there.
Okay. I don't imagine it'd be any easier to watch as a fiance as it would be a wife, huh?
No, same idea in mind. You're rooting for your man.
Yep. Still leads by 25.
And we're still looking for our first double in the championship match. Right now, though, Sam keeps shooting a Dutchman. It looks like that might be good enough.
Well, Brian Voss comes from the school of better late than never. He's been at his best in the 8th frame all the way off the sheet, but he's going to have to really rise to the occasion here this evening. Another good shot this time on the left-hand lane, and the 4-pin again.
And right now, the mindset of Macaron almost might be, to win this match by staying clean.
It'd be going through my mind right now. Of course, against Brian Voss, I don't know. I think I'd take all I could get.
Well, he's not opening the door at all, keeping the ball right in the 1-3 pocket. 4-pin, 4-pin. And Voss, it just has to get something going if he wants to win his 3rd title of the year.
One thing's for sure, there's no solid 7 in that rack.
It's already down. Though.
Yep. Nope, still can't find what he's looking for on the right-hand lane.
And he's just running out of frames.
Slowly but surely. You know, it's really amazing. Sam Macaron going 8 years on the tour part-time and full-time before he won a title. I wonder if the Indians won tonight.
They haven't been winning many lately.
I'm going to run out and watch, and Bobby will tell me, I'm sure.
Gave this one more room. Better shot. It's 8th frame time. That's when he wakes up. He's like he leaves a wake-up call for the 8th frame. Watch the loft in the room. Send it out wide. Lanes are definitely hooking more now than they were at the start. Scores are about the same, though. Kind of mediocre.
Take that. Macaron in the 8th. Lets it come off the fingertips, and that's by far and away his best shot on the right hand.
Absolutely. Very relaxed shot all the way through on that one. Sam's up by 25, can increase to 35 if he can strike on this lane, which he's struck on 3 out of 4 times, and force Brian Voss to go out the sheet to have any chance at all. Good speed. Boy, he threw 2 great shots there.
Down on both knees, and Sam Macarone, who has tasted victory, would like to do so again.
The old frozen rope, right? Drilled it right at. Voss is not out of this set. He can put a lot of pressure on Macarone with a few strikes here.
Gives it some room.
And it hooked high, and it's all over.
That's it. Right through the nose, and so Voss realizes that title number 3 in '88 is going to have to wait until another juncture.
And Sam Macarone owns the proud distinction of bowling for 2 titles in his career, and he has 2 championships.
Well, he's a good percentage bet right now.
Right.
Although this evening, I think after about the 5th frame, Sammy decided, let's just keep it in the fairway, not make any big mistakes, and see what happens, because Brian Voss has definitely struggled here tonight. Fortunate, I think, to win the first couple of games. He bowled great in the latter stages, right, but was never able really to get comfortable out there and throw strikes like he normally does.
And, well, no one really threw the strikes that they've been throwing all week long. It just shows that on one given day, the lanes are just slightly different for one reason or another, and they can affect the scores pretty drastically. The scores are decent, although this game is not decent, 162.
Sam Macarone, boy, a whirlwind tour for him on ESPN this summer. 2 victories in 4 weeks. Hey, what about next week? Maybe back-to-back. So Voss finishes with 162. Had 3 different opens, and that's not what you would expect of Brian Voss, but sometimes it just happens that way. Sam Macarone, boy, what a comfortable way to win a championship, huh? Oh!
Fell back for the second arrow, and almost left the 8-10.
Sammy with a big smile, though, as he will get a chance to chat with us when we're all done. Tell us what it's like to win 2 out of 4, huh?
Look at that smile.
Oh, that's beautiful. A lot of years labored out here without a title, and boy, look at the jubilation written all over his face. It's like, nah, I can't believe it. I won 4 weeks ago. I'm gonna win again?
Is this really happening to me?
Pinch me, he said, shaking his head. It's a great, great feeling.
20,000 more in the bank.
Yep. 20,000 more. Oh, there's the 5-pin finally falls. So Sam Macarone adds his 2nd career PBA championship on the summer tour here. The $130,000 Molson Golden Bowling Challenge. And a nice hug from his fiancée.
It's a pleasure to be here on behalf of Molson Golden. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Kevin Shippey and the entire personnel of the PBA for their contribution to this year's event. In addition, I'd like to acknowledge David Rose and his staff in hosting another successful professional bowlers tournament. It is now my pleasure to present this creation designed by Wolfgang Eberhardt to Sam Macarone in honor of his victory as this year's Molson Golden Bowling Tournament's champion. Congratulations, Sam.
Thank you, Bob. First of all, I'd like to thank Molson for sponsoring this tournament, and David Rose and Rose Bowl, and I'd especially like to thank all you fans who've given me so much support this week. You've been great. All the pros really enjoy coming to Canada. It's a really nice place, eh?
And the gentleman that always invites the professionals here, David Rose, with a nice check.
Sam, I have the honor of presenting you with the winner's check, congratulating you on behalf of everybody, and welcoming you to a distinguished list of champions of this Molson tournament.
Thank you, Dave.
And thanks for joining us here this evening in Canada. We'll see you next week from Cheektowaga, New York, as Sammy waves his fiancée in, and we'll get one quick shot of her before we leave the air here this evening. Thanks a lot, everybody.